Hare Krishna. Namaste. Chapter 3, which is entitled as Karma Yoga. Sloka 29. Prakṛter guṇa-sammūḍhāḥ sajjante guṇa-karmasu tān akṛtsna-vido mandān kṛtsna-vin vicālayet. The answer is, even for jnana yogi, karma yoga is mandatory. This we already saw. It is not an optional item. Therefore, everyone have to do karma yoga. It is not optional. That as Krishna has already explained this previously. You are still thinking, Arjuna, you are still thinking that jnana yoga is greater and then karma yoga is cheaper. And that is the reason why you keep coming with the same question and doubts so very often. And the reason Arjuna is coming back again and again, Krishna could understand, is that because in Arjuna's mind something has got stuck very deeply and strongly. That is, in the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna had explained the sequence that by karma yoga one can perfect and then take up jnana yoga. And by jnana yoga, one can attain Atma Darshana. One can see the Atma. This is what the sequence is given in second chapter. This sequence is still there in Arjuna's mind, very deep. He just got the message so deep. And for him to get out of that sequence seemed to be very hard. But that is what Krishna also told very clearly in the second chapter. So here, better for Arjuna to understand that it is karma yoga that is greater than jnana yoga. Now Krishna is saying karma yoga is greater than jnana yoga. So hope that you, Arjuna, will be clear and won't ask the same question again in future chapters. Karma yoga is greater than jnana yoga. Therefore, you don't need to worry about now karma yoga is lower and jnana yoga is greater. I am telling you karma yoga is greater than jnana yoga. So, here, to summarize, as long as we identify ourselves with body, we think we are the doer. Because the body is doing its action, which is influenced by the three modes. When sattva guna, the mode of goodness, is prominent, the body does actions in mode of goodness. When the mode of passion is prominent, the body does action in the mode of passion, passionate action. When the mode is dominated by ignorance, the body does an action in ignorance. Those action which is in ignorance. Since the person doesn't differentiate between the body and the soul, therefore the person end up thinking that I am being influenced by these three modes, and hence I am the doer. He is not able to separate it, these two entity, Atma and body. Whereas the body is the one which is being influenced and the body is the one who does the action. But because he couldn't differentiate, he identified himself with the body, therefore he thinks I am the doer. But those who are with means vidvan, one who is a knower of the truth, the difference between Atma and body, who knows that they are not the body, will see that the body that I am living is currently being influenced by the mode of goodness. Therefore, the body performs action in the goodness. The body is influenced by mode of ignorance. Therefore, this body where I am living is doing in action is the mode of ignorance. Likewise, passion. Therefore, the outcome of action is either in goodness, passion, or ignorance. Therefore, I am not in any way a doer. It is the three modes that influences the body which I am living in. The body and I are different. Therefore, I am not the doer. It is the three mode which does the action. So one last question we will see. That is, one for sure needs to do their karma, the action. but with a proper consciousness. The question is, how do one have to perform the action? Should we perform or not perform? The answer is, everyone have to perform their action, karma. There's no question about doing or not doing. The only thing is, one should have a proper consciousness while performing the action. That consciousness or that principle is, I am not the doer. So who's the doer? The doers are the three modes. I am not the doer. So the next question arises, how can a three gunas can be the doer? The doer should be a conscious person, whereas the three modes are achit. Achit means unconscious or doesn't have knowledge. How can they do action which doesn't have intelligence? How can they perform karma? How can they do the action, right? People generally say, for example, you can Google to find the answer. This is not related to what I just spoke. This is an example I'm giving. If you want to find something, people usually say, you can Google it. But the Google is achit, doesn't have intelligence, doesn't have knowledge, doesn't have consciousness. Meaning, doesn't have any of these things. Then how can it give us the answer? Right? That's how this question has been asked. Three gunas are achit. How can they give? How can they do action? So the answer is, the truth is that the Atma has no action to perform. That's the truth. Atma, the soul, have nothing to do. There's no action that it has to perform. It does the only reason the Atma performs action is only because it came in contact with the Prakriti, the body, and the three modes. If that association is not present there, then Atma is not going to do any karma. That's the truth. Has nothing to do in reality. Therefore, it is said, it is the three modes which does the action. So getting back to our Google example, we search for some answers in the Google because Google exists. Otherwise, we will not search. Likewise, the three modes exist. Therefore, we are performing an action. Therefore, the action is not I am the doer, the three modes are the doer. So when we talk about this Google example, please do not take this example literally. It is just simply to give some understanding about the concept that we are discussing here. Do not get into the details and dwell into that particular thing. We just take the essence of the message and then just move on. Otherwise, many times the example may not fully satisfy all the criteria and may get into unnecessary confusion. So, in short, conclude this sloka. Those people who are bewildered by attachment towards their actions and the result due to the body and the senses, they are bewildered. But those who are realized, have Atmajnana, those people should not disturb the other people in any way to pull them out of what they are doing. Prakṛter guṇa-sammūḍhāḥ sajjante guṇa-karmasu akṛtsna-vido mandān kṛtsna-vin vicālayet. Namaste. Hare Krishna.